Yes, City Pigeons, 148. Guys, 2 episodes to 150.
The magic number.
That's
Is
exciting.
that when we go into syndication and make the big bucks?
That's right.
That's a lot.
Just keep holding your breath on that. I always found it weird in society the way we celebrate like numbers with a 0 or a 5, but nobody celebrates the other numbers. I guess that's just, you know what I mean? Like
that wouldn't make any sense.
If you celebrate it all the time, then it's not as much of a celebration.
I hear you, but I don't know.
Celebration, bitches.
Seems kind
doesn't feel special celebrating like the 7th episode.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we are in the semi-quincentennial. I think we may have touched on this, but it's a very big situation here for the city, right? 250th birthday of the country.
What's it called again? The semi-what?
Semi-quincentennial. Follow along here.
That's great.
That's a politician's son, because I've been trying to say this shit straight for 3 years now.
Truthfully, my dad has cooked up 17 different things, to celebrate this, and he's got this going on and that going on. And, I got to give him credit. He never stops cheerleading for the city of Philadelphia. All right. So until the day he's done, he's going to be waving the flag.
And this overlaps with the World Cup.
Right? That's right. Yeah. Well, to be clear, Rock,
it's going to be a mess.
Overlaps. It's not a coincidence that the World Cup and the All-Star game are here, right? Like that was all part of the deal. That was the selling point. You're aware of this, right?
There's a game in Philly, a World Cup game, July 4th here in Philly.
That's great. Now, this is a dumb question. Because I know the U.S. men's soccer team sometimes are they in it? They didn't make it, did they? Or did they?
They're in it.
Yeah, the host country, you'll automatically get a bid.
Oh, yeah, that's a great thing for them then.
And I feel like they say this every World Cup, but they've actually been. And I'm not super up to date, but from what I've seen recently is that they have a pretty decent squad, and there's talk of them. But soccer is funny. So if like the U.S. made it to like the quarterfinals, it would be the best thing ever. So
there's 0% chance they're getting out of the group stage probably.
They always find a way to
lose. The problem with the U.S. soccer is all the best athletes don't play soccer here. We'll never be good. It's just it's not an enticing thing for Americans.
See Iverson out there, yeah, I know.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
I'm not here.
A LeBron out there kicking soccer balls. See, kick a fucking ball through that goddamn net.
Roger, relax, okay? Just chill, right? You're coming out of the gate a little hot. All right,
Can't
now you're in the chateau.
Yeah,
and you're in the chateau. All right, good for you. Okay, so on that note of the global nature of the World Cup, we got the Olympics going on. That's very exciting. Later on in the episode, we are going to hear from our official Olympic correspondent. We actually have somebody over in Italy who's reporting on everything that's going on. He happened to be at the women's hockey game today, which will also
happens to be at every cool event in every Olympic, but
he happens to be at the Olympics a lot.
Yeah. What happens when you happen to not have any children?
That's true. You happen to be a lot more places. Yeah, you happen to never go anywhere cool. It's good stuff. Anyway, so yeah, a lot of good Olympic stuff going on. But I think we want to start now. I'm a little upset that Meech isn't here. Not Meech. Fink is not here, because I did make him a center point of this. And I'm just checking here. Meech, did we get screwed?
This is a prima donna, man. This is straight up Fink's alley. This is what Fink does. All right.
I can't see any comments here.
Yeah, you know what? It's not the feed's not going on Twitter for some reason. The stupid.
I just looked and it was. I just texted live. Twitter's working. Yeah, Twitter's working.
I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so I did want to get into the kind of really the topic of the last week or so, really since the weekend when Harper came out and just, I thought maybe this whole Dombrowski thing was kind of in the past, but oh my Lord, based on what this guy said, it's clear he's in his feelings about this. And, I think he already had some concerns about what was going on, with the Bo Bichette situation. And then you see this going on, and it doesn't feel very good. That said, I don't know that what Dombrowski said was necessarily, he told the truth.
He was right, but you can't say it. You can't say it.
That's the point. I mean, that's the point, right? So
why not?
Well, look, everybody
Because
wants.
Bryce Harper is a very sensitive player, and if you say something like that to him, he takes it to heart. And I don't mean to jump in, but he's not a very outward guy. So what he does is he wears a Not Elite T-shirt and goes on TikTok, does passive-aggressive things like that,
Right.
instead of coming out and addressing either Dombrowski or the situation head-on. He does little things like that. Now everybody's uncomfortable.
So he
But
does bitch shit.
You have to know, like, that's what Bryce Harper is. So you know you're poking the bear when you're doing that.
Now, speaking of not elite, I don't know if you guys saw my wizardry today.
Oh, that's elite. That form is not elite, though.
You know,
Yeah,
this was.
Fink will tell
I'm
you
showing.
different. He always brags about his pitching prowess. And
Okay, so this is
they want
this
a
is the
champion.
YouTube. This is the
My man's
YouTube.
got, he's got those 2001 N1 basketball shorts on.
Okay, let's just describe what we're looking at here. This is the YouTube thumbnail image.
Of. Did we lose Jess?
Jess, you still there?
Jess, you muted.
He gone.
Oh boy.
Now the rest of the show is going to be us talking with this picture here.
Can we just pick on Fink the whole time now? Yeah. You can't brag about. I don't want to hear a word about your pitching when you're referencing slow pitch softball. That means
with the high arch.
I did it before, Tom. It's a skill, and not everybody could do it. Like I did it out of necessity because no one else could throw a strike in slow pitch softball. It's definitely a skill.
But it's not something you can't. I don't disagree.
Welcome back,
you,
Jeff.
but it's not something that I would ever personally brag about. Like, yo, my slow pitch is gas. Like, what do you like? It's not.
Father Judge Fink, here he is.
Oh, there he.
What are you talking shit about softball?
I was
saying
saying
the form looks like trash, man.
Fink, I was defending the skill level it takes to be a softball pitcher. Not everyone's got it in them.
I'm pretty sure. Meeks, didn't you play with me before?
Yeah.
Yeah, you seen me. I'm a fucking goat. He knows it.
Oh God.
Goat.
Now, boys sticking
Goodhart does seem to think it sounds like he thinks he could strike you out or he could hit you. What did he say? I can't remember.
Damn, Rock, that's a nice pad, bud.
Yeah, I'm out here in my chateau, man. Don't worry about where I'm at.
Can you guys hear me? Did I ask a question? I feel like
absolutely.
Yeah, but look at Rock's house. Mark Goodhart would be probably like crying walking off the field after I got done with him from the pitcher's mound.
I would rip you left-handed.
I thought I could hit him. I thought I could. Tom, I'll give you the knuckleball and you won't even be able to hit it. You'll be like,
call it whatever you want. Just duck.
How does that ball not move?
It's going to move when it's whistling past your ear.
This is interesting to me because I don't recall, and I didn't play softball at the championship level that you did, Fink, but I don't recall there being a lot of strikeouts in softball. Are you striking people out?
Yeah, at least three to four batters a game. I'm a fucking god. Why do you guys not listen to me?
All right, okay. Well, between that challenge and the javelin challenge that Mark has issued to you, like I said, I think we've got a Goodhart Fink Olympics.
Wasn't Goodhart a legit baseball player?
He played Division I college baseball.
Right.
Is Binghamton Division I?
Oh, did he?
Close.
I'm not trying to hate on
Fink's like,
well, that'll be even more embarrassing for him after I get done with fucking him.
Fink, you didn't know that?
No.
That's funny.
Don't worry. Don't scare me one bit.
No?
I put my money on Mark on this one. Right over the
fence. All right. Everyone put your money on Mark. We'll give me like 5-6 to 1 odds.
Yeah, we going.
I'll bet on myself.
Or unlimited arc here. What are we doing?
If you give me unlimited, Mark's toast.
I don't understand the physics behind pitching a softball, but I can't imagine there's too much movement on it.
It's like throwing horseshoes, Rock.
Yeah, but I can't imagine like there's too much movement on the ball. So pretty much, if you got good hand-eye, you just lock it.
Rock, I was so bad at softball, I had to learn how to actually pitch the softball. I got a little curve on it. I can do the backspin. I got a knuckleball.
Spin you could put on a ball when you throw it that slow, dude.
Nah, I don't understand the physics behind it. I would think it'd be just flat and you could just smack the shit out of it.
Nah, I got a sick back. I throw it like this with a sick backspin on it, dude. It comes at you. You're like, oh, with a strike, you're out.
We got to get on the field one day and
yeah, we need to set this up.
Like right now, let's go. Like I can't.
Listen,
this is a travesty. Listening to this.
I do want to do this. I just want you guys to know if we move off of this situation, my video capable. I mean, we could try. I'll try to do it. What the hell?
We need to do is have like a City Pigeons like Olympics at some sort of field where we can do like we can do the.
Are we
softball
live
pitching.
right now?
No, this is just us bullshitting.
We can do the softball pitching, like a 3-point contest, the javelin, maybe a 40-yard sprint, all that shit. We need to do that. Just pre-record it and then run it.
40-yard sprint? No, dude. No, listen. I just want to see Fink versus Goodhart or whoever else wants to get in there, and I'll film it and I'll laugh. It'll be fine.
I want to see some hammies being blown out.
That's why I'm not doing that 40-yard dash. Man, I'm getting old now. I gotta be careful. Is this not working on Twitter?
It is.
No, you know what? I just went back and saw. You have to retweet the tweet from earlier today. It picks it up on there. If you go check
it's
on
weird.
The Twitter profile, it's lit and it says live. So you could just click on the Twitter profile and it'll take you straight to the live feed. It's different than it used to be.
Yeah. No,
they got to change everything all the time, don't they?
I will say, when we started out, it said they were having issues or something, and I was like, okay, well, I don't know what to do about that.
I got issues too, but I still work.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell them, Meech.
Fucking Elon.
Bastard. Fucking Elon.
Oh, weird. I don't know how this works. Anyway, all right. Look, let's just reset here a little bit, okay? Let's get into the Phillies thing. I know we scratched the surface on it, and I think there's no better way to get into this than to just bring out something people have been waiting for. That's the debut of Rocky on baseball, right? I know the spring training.
Rocky on baseball.
Yeah. You got
Now hold on. That's it. Gather yourself.
Yeah.
Right? This is supposed to be a big moment.
Who's the new right fielder this year?
It's the Cuban dude that don't speak in no English. He looks jacked up. I don't know his name. I don't know his name, but I like it.
He might hit about 50. Oh, sorry. This is Rocky on baseball. I'm sorry. Sorry.
He's supposed to have a shtick. We got to let him go.
I know.
I'm sorry.
I don't know much about baseball, but I know that these Dominicans and the Cubans and the Latins in general can fucking play some baseball. So I'm happy to see that they're starting to acquire more of these fellas, especially the ones that don't speak any English. I really like those guys because all they fucking know is baseball here, and that's what they're here to do. So congratulations on signing. And this dude looks jacked up. He's bald-headed. He's got the fucking beard. He looks like he's ready to smack some home runs, right? So adios, Castellanos, you fucking drunk, drinking in the dugout or whatever you're doing. Adios, buddy. I don't know how. Go back to this Dombrowski guy, right? I got some questions I need answered too. This guy seems a little old, and he, when you get a little senior, you start to get you get some mental stuff, right? So he seems a little out of it mentally. He seems to do things. he seems to say things that you probably shouldn't say in public, and do things that you probably shouldn't do, right? So if you're not happy with a guy and you want to trade him, you don't make that known. Right. So it seems to me just doing my little catch up that this guy made it be known that the Phillies aren't happy with this guy and they want to get rid of him. So you lose all leverage when trying to trade him. So they end up just cutting this guy and they still got to pay him. Right. Is that the gist of it?
Yeah. San Diego's paying him the league minimum, $978,000. And we have to pay him the $19.1 million that's left over.
That is Howie Roseman would never do something so gross. The negligence there.
Watch when he cuts A.J. Brown later this year, and we get a $26 million cap hit. You're going to change your tune.
But you got to understand, there's a very good chance. We don't know how this all played out, but there's a very good chance that they were trying for a long time to do something with him, right? I find it hard to believe that they would, because at the very end there, it became apparent that they didn't want him to come into training camp, right?
Yeah.
You would never get to that point if you actually had something brewing, right? And so clearly they went out and couldn't get anything done. Now, could they have done like a deal where a team like the Padres picks up a couple $1 million and they do a little better? Maybe they could have. Like, I don't think the other teams could know for sure that the Phillies were going to end up releasing him and that they could get him for league minimum, but maybe they did. Either way,
he's probably had a couple sips in his drunk baseball circles and let it be known that, like, hey, I'm not happy with this guy. We need a trade, and he had a couple sips of vino around the general, or not the general manager. What do you call the baseball guy? The head of baseball operations or whatever.
It's actually kind of complicated with the Phillies because Dombrowski's the president of baseball operations.
All right, well, he's having a couple of vinos with the president of operations with the Padres and the Yankees, and they're picking up on what this old man's putting down, and they're like, we're not making a trade for this guy. This guy's gonna get cut. So he sounds like he's got some old man loose lips. The thing with Harper, first of all, I agree with Tom. Like, you really probably shouldn't say that. But I mean, somebody asked him a question and he just he answered honest. You know what I mean? He said his old man honest answer, and it wasn't wrong. It was straight up accurate. And for Bryce Harper to be responding with his subtle, not elite shit and his responses to his questions, I feel like that is, I don't know how old he is, but it just seems like some millennial bitch shit. Like, you got to look yourself in the mirror and say, how much does he get paid? Is he the highest paid Philly, or is it Trey Turner?
No, he's the highest paid.
All right, so he's the highest paid Philly. He's brought here to be that elite player. You know what I mean? He's supposed to be that guy, and he didn't perform to that. You know what I mean? So, like, you can't blame this or that for putting it out in public. This old man's got loose lips. You got to just look at yourself in the mirror and be like, you know what? I didn't have an elite season, and that's what I'm here to do.
Can I ask you a question?
You know what I mean? I got to suck this up.
What do you have against old people? I mean, Dombrowski, he's not that old.
He fucking looks old. Guy. He fucking looks old. All I'm saying is,
like, Gillick put together a championship team for us. He was way older than Dombrowski was.
Yeah,
I don't think it's about being old. I just don't think he's done a very good job in the margins. It's easy to sign Trey Turner and Bryce Harper and any 300, but then he got punked by Bichette badly this whole season. Like, that made him look pretty bad.
Yeah.
So that to me looks like when you go to get a job and you start leveraging your one offer with the other, and I don't know how baseball negotiations work. That's why we need Mr. Goodhart, the agent here, but it seems to me like they were like, look, we got this offer from the Phillies, Mr. Met, what are you going to give me? And they gave him, like, what, double the money? It seems like. So it's just like, to me, this is, how long has this guy Dombrowski been here? Somebody answer me that.
3 years?
4 years, 5 years.
Yeah.
Well, I guess since the beginning of the World Series run, right? 22. He was here for that.
Before that, yeah.
Yeah. And if we're being honest here, Bryce Harper hasn't had an elite season since like 2019. I think that's the last time he's driven in over 100 runs in a season.
Yes.
Right. But see, here's the thing.
Yeah. I saw the stat, like they weigh each hit during the year, like how big of a hit it was. And in the top 43 hits, like the most clutch hits throughout the year for the Phillies last year, Harper had one of them. That's crazy.
Yeah, and
like he just doesn't have the moments anymore.
He's not elite. That's what I'm saying. So you got to look at yourself in the mirror, not this, oh, woe is me, I'm going to do this passive aggressive bullshit. It's like, look, this guy was right. Like, there's two kinds of players, right? Kobe is going to take that kind of comment and be like, I got to get back to where I was. Or does that kind of guy like Ben Simmons is going to just fucking curl up in the corner? Which one are you going to be, Bryce Harper?
Right. Look, what Dombrowski said is accurate, right? Yeah. Harper didn't have an elite season last year. He's getting a little older, and the question is, can he return to that elite form? You know, he pointed out guys like Freddie Freeman who are really good, but they're not elite like they used to be. The point is this, though. There's just unless he was, and I don't buy this, unless he was trying to provoke Bryce, unless he was trying to piss Bryce off.
No, I don't think he was.
There's absolutely no reason to make these kind of comments. And we bitch and moan all the time. when GMs or coaches get up there and they don't give us much. Well,
Why
sometimes
not?
that's actually a good thing.
Why not? Why do you got to coddle? Why do you got to coddle?
You have your Rocky on baseball. We've
right.
given you some time with that, and it was nice. It was nice in certain respect, but you gotta, like, you know what I mean. You gotta let me in here. Like, what do you have to say? Go ahead.
I said, why do you got to coddle this guy? He gets paid fucking a ton of money to be elite, and he's not elite. You're the person who's the president of baseball operations. You're observing. You got a job too, and your job is to get this guy back to elite status. Whatever.
Okay, I'll tell you why. Okay, I'll tell you why you have to coddle this guy. Okay, because when he comes out and says something like, well, when they signed me, they told me they're going to keep everything in-house, and now they're doing this. You've got other players seeing that. Hold on. They could potentially, like what he says has a bearing on what other people think about the Phillies, especially other good players in the league. And that's why when he first came here and he talked about how great Philly was and how awesome the organization is, we got really good guys and everybody wanted to be here. This is the place to be. Here's my concern. Bryce Harper starts saying these kind of things. Castellanos, that whole thing blows up. And all of a sudden, people are saying, you know what? It's not that cool to be in Philly. It's the same thing with the Eagles. If the organization starts to look dysfunctional, they're starting to look like they mistreat their star players in any way, that is a direct impact on whether other people want to come here. So that's why you don't say that. It's not really about coddling him.
But did you really think like what he said was all that? It wasn't like he said like, oh, this guy fucking stinks. You know what I mean?
No, but that's besides the point.
I think Dombrowski's comments were crazy. I also think Harper's being a little baby about them too. I think it was a little bit Dombrowski trying to push him, but yeah, like the way he said it, it just didn't come off as like a motivational, like he's not as late. And also comparing to Freddie Freeman is good. He's probably better than Bryce Harper.
He is. Yeah, and has been better than Bryce.
Yeah, he has been better than Bryce. And we're acting like a comparison to Freddie Freeman's insane. Freddie Freeman's way better than not way better. Freddie Freeman's better than
yeah.
So to
he's
point,
better than
right.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Bryce has definitely, like, I didn't understand when Bryce came out last weekend and went off on this. Because didn't he already had something to say about this, right? At some point.
No. The only thing he did was go on TikTok with his Not Elite t-shirt on, but he never made a comment. And did you see they asked him about it? And his response was, he goes, people make me shirts and I wear them.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make him a shirt that says, I'm a big dipshit dumbass who sucks at baseball. You gonna wear that? No, man. Like
they made me wear my divisional rivals teams on the cleats. Right. They just made it for me. I wear it
to put on TikTok to be passive aggressive at the guy who just made a comment that slighted you a little bit. I think it's the worst way to be. And like when you get into this social media type of arguing, it's so corny to me.
I'm with you. Here's what we know, though. We know that Dombrowski didn't do a very good job of patching this up with him. Because as soon as he got in front of the microphone, he could not wait to talk about how wild it still
bothered him. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and that's the bigger question here for me, right? Is what does this mean? I think one thing's really important, right? For Bryce here, right? Because there's a big difference that he's got to understand. There's a big difference between organization and the front office and the city and the fans, right? And my thing is this. I still want him to feel compelled to bring a championship to Philadelphia based on everything that we've invested in the relationship on both sides, him and us and him as fans. And so my concern is that somehow he starts to get pissed off about playing for the Philadelphia Phillies, even though we as fans have gotten his back and we have a lot invested in him. Like, I hope he can separate that and say, you know what? Dombrowski's an idiot. That sucks. But you know what? I'm going to go out here and try to deliver this championship for these fans. He's got to be able to separate the two things. That's my biggest concern, is it actually affects the way he plays the game and the way he wants to win for Philadelphia. Do you guys think that's a legit concern?
Absolutely.
I don't know, much about his motivation, but I feel like he's the kind of guy that he's going to use this as motivation to propel himself back to being elite, right? So like, yeah, he wears the shirt. He's going to like go out and just try to prove that, hey, I am elite. I'm going to do this for the Phillies fans. And he's going to be better. You know what I mean? And if that all happens, then Mr. Dombrowski might be a genius. Maybe this is his evil plan.
Old head magic.
Yeah, so like I don't know, he does strike me as kind of the guy, like not the Ben Simmons type, more of the Kobe type, with a little bit of passive aggressive with it, but he will use this as motivation to like show people that I am still that dude, I'm still that guy, I'm still him. So
Yeah, but I think to Bryce's point, he wants to do that anyway. You know what I mean? Like he wants to come back and return to his elite form. Is this going to change anything? It might. I don't really know, but
a little
either
extra
way,
motivation doesn't hurt.
I
think
thought his little media availability, his first meeting with the reporters in spring training, I thought the few things that were weird was he's obviously still not over the Dombrowski. That's obvious. They asked him if he read the letter. Nick Castellanos, you hate him or not, I mean, whatever. He's a bad player. He wrote a handwritten 4-page letter and posted it to Twitter. Kind of personal, like very, very well said. I thought it was a nice little letter. They asked Bryce, they go, yo, did you read Nick Castellanos' letter? He's like, nah, I didn't get a chance to read it. I heard about it. Like you can't read. And then they asked him about Schwarber. They're like, did you think Schwarber was coming back? He's like, nah, I thought it was signed and sealed that he was going back to Cincinnati. Like
that was insane.
Are you
That
out
was
of
crazy
touch with your team and not in tune with anything that's going on? Like, you're not in on the discussions on whether Schwarber's coming back. You're not calling him and being like, yo, Kyle. And they asked him that, and he said, no, I didn't want to. It's a big decision for him, so I didn't want to put any more pressure on him. But it's just, to me, it's weird. And that he's just like disassociated with his teammates. He wouldn't bother reading the letter. He thinks Schwarber's going to Cincinnati. Like it's like you're not clued into what's going on in the organization. And for the main guy, this looks like it's going to be a bad breakup where he's going to demand a trade. And I don't even know if that'll be a bad thing if he leaves.
right. And that's the bigger question that I have. And to kind of wrap this conversation up, my question to you guys is, even before Bryce came out and said all the things he did, we obviously were concerned that while they've re-signed Schwarber, they re-signed JT, brought in some relief pitching, they got the young guys. I think there's a concern here that given what the Dodgers have done, what everyone else has done, they haven't done enough to reinvent their team to compete with these other teams. And so my question to you guys is, does all of this combined take away a little bit of your enthusiasm for the start of the baseball season, which is not that far away?
I'll be real quick. I'm actually more excited this year than I have been the past couple of years. It sounds weird, but it's like I like baseball. I like the beginning of the baseball season is unlike any like football. You kind of know if your team's going to be good or not, unless you're like the Kurt Warner Rams or something. Hockey, basketball, baseball, it's like, man, you don't really know. These guys could go on a magical run and shock the world. It's happened so many times. Now the Phillies just keep winning more games each year. Like they won 95 games last year. It's a shitload of games. I think they're going to be good, and it's probably going to be a fun summer. It'll probably end the same way, but I'm looking forward to this year more than the average person, I think, just because I think I look forward to it every year. But is the team as good? I don't think so. I mean, time will tell, but I don't like the upgrades they made or the
right. So you're just looking forward to it because
a lot of excitement out of this fucking guy. I don't really like any of the upgrades, but I'm so excited for the season. Whoa!
But because they're going to be good. Like it's a given. This team's just too good to suck. But they're going to let you down eventually. It's like a Sixers type of team when they were at their.
I think they're exactly almost like the Sixers, the trajectory that are going. It's been in everyone gets excited for opening day and stuff, but I don't know if I'm really excited for this whole season because I feel like I don't know. I just feel like the wheels can come off of this thing, and it's silly to think like that before the season even starts, but it just seems like everything's just like going towards like, oh, it's just going to go down and be a disaster. But I mean, you play 162 games for what? I mean, you got to play the games. Let's see how the fucking shakes out. Excuse my language. I know there's kids listening.
That's all right. Think there was probably times when the bomb squad didn't do great to start, but then pulled it together and won a championship, right?
Listen, there were so many times that we were
timeout and drink away their pain.
There's so many times that we were always 1-2 in a division. We could never get over the hump. That once the season that we won a championship, we all were like, "Yo, let's just go for it, play." And we won because we're that fucking good because we're gods. And that's what the Phillies got to do. Okay. That's what the Phillies got to do. The Phillies wake up and just be like, hey, we are these dudes. Go out, mash some balls. The bullpens, I like the bullpen a lot. The offense is –
it's true. Whole year of Duran, and the reliever we brought in could be pretty good. Tommy, your thoughts. How are you feeling going in?
I'm not feeling as good about this year, and I don't share that sentiment. I feel like it's been a downward trajectory. Is that right? Downward trajectory? We've been going backwards for years now, since 22, and they've done nothing to make me feel good about this season. Unless Crawford, Painter, those dudes come up and start raking and mowing people down. Like I don't know. I don't feel, and this early drama, like if we don't get off to a hot start, like they're gonna implode. Yeah. I do not feel great about this season.
On that note,
I don't think there's so much going backwards as they're on a treadmill. They're just doing the same fucking thing.
And we also can't bank on Atlanta being down every year. Atlanta has a good roster. We can't bank when everybody else is struggling all the time. The Mets are going to be there. Like we could very easily finish third in our division.
Do you guys see the clips of Aiden Miller taking ground balls with Bohm at third base, like rotating in? Anybody?
I have.
Anyway. Yeah.
I have. I'm buying so much Miller stock, baby.
Yeah.
He's going to be –
that's just great to me because, they put Miller's locker there with all the legends. They stick him in behind Bohm to take reps. Maybe that motivates Bohm. Either way, yes, that's the one thing that could make this an exciting season. If Miller gets time.
If anything motivates a baseball player, it's a contract year, and that's what Alec Bohm's in. So maybe you get that out of him. Right.
All right. Well, that's us on the Phillies. And as we steamroll towards the season, we'll be talking more and more about that.
Are we on to Paul George and the Sixers now?
No Sixers right now.
No Sixers?
What's the score, by the way? I'm not watching the game. Does anyone know?
Down 7.
Damn it. Meech, you got Sixers money line in there, dude.
That wasn't me. That was Goodhart.
That was
no.
Bet in on this
wait.
Jesse put the mortgage on a Goodhart bet.
Yeah. Hold up.
I'm not going to put a bet in on a Thursday night Atlanta Sixers game with no Embiid. I'm just not doing it.
Yo, really? Oh, no. Hold up. Everyone stop. I want you to understand what's happening. All right? I'm busy getting ready for the episode. I'm getting pictures and stuff everybody wants. This bet comes through. It said, I thought it was Meech. So I pull it into FanDuel. I see that there's a profit boost, like a 50%, right? Meanwhile, I boost this thing. Hold on. It only goes to 743. I'm like, damn, this doesn't seem like a lot. Luckily, because of the profit boost, I could only put $10 on it. But I kid not. I'm putting this bet in, and I'm like, damn, I haven't hit many of Meech's bets recently, but I'll be damned if I'm left out in the cold. Now, if I knew this was a Mark Goodhart bet, there's no chance. None. I have never put in a Mark Goodhart bet. I swear I haven't.
I hope that hits.
I knew
hope that
this was what this bet was. Is I'm going to the game. Let me cook up something real quick, and then he decided to send it to the group chat. I bet he thought about that bet for about 13 seconds total.
And can I tell you? I'm putting this bet in. I'm like, well, I know Meech is going to put at least $100 on this. No. At 743, I got to put in more, but I kept it to the 10 because of the profit boost. Oh my gosh, it could have been a disaster.
You got to know you can't bet on NBA right after All-Star break. You got to give it a week, dude.
Well, that's exactly what it's a good hard bet.
What?
The NBA has been horrible this year, betting wise, unless you bet unders.
Yeah, you got to give it a week after All-Star break.
I don't have the heart to bet those.
That was funny. I'm glad I only put $10 in, but we got so much other stuff to get to. We got to get moving here. We got to pivot. Olympics. I don't know how much you guys pay attention to the Olympics. The time change is tough, right? Because most of the stuff's happening during the day, and then you don't get to it. And I think the Winter Olympics are fun because all the sports are such kind of like novelty things. You catch a little bit of it. Whoever invented the whole cross country skiing and shooting thing. That's pretty wild. I think that's pretty cool.
That's the biathlon. I think that's called.
There's lots of stuff going on, which is great. Today, though, I thought was, and it's great to see, at least with the hockey and stuff, we're getting to the point where they're having the gold medal games. Today was the game between the the U.S. and Canada in hockey. That's just must-see TV. It was the women. And let me tell you, I knew that was coming on, but I got sidetracked. I turned it on, and we were down by 1, third period, and I'm watching, and I got sucked in. I'm like, oh my God, we can't lose to Canada. This is awful. And they showed some graphics saying, I think the Canadian team had beaten us. It was always U.S. and Canada, I think, for many years. But Canada had gotten us like 3 or 4 times in a row. So anyway, I got really into it. I was like, it got down to the end. I'm like, we can't lose. They pull the goalie, and we got 6 skaters, and a woman who's been to 5 Olympics, which is crazy, right? This is her 5th time playing for the team. Pulls this was my signature move when I played men's league hockey, guys. Get in front of the goal, just try to get a piece of something, right? She gets a little piece of something,
just redirect it. Yeah.
Tie the game with 2 minutes left. Amazing, right? Go into overtime, and then the 3-on-3 is just crazy, man, because I'm sure you
that's
guys,
like heart attack city, dude. You're so
really
nervous every play.
And if you've watched in the NHL, the biggest problem is, if you really go out on a limb offensively and you turn it over, it's an odd man rush, like right away, right?
Yeah.
So, we were dominating, but they had a couple rushes, and then I don't know if you guys saw the winning goal. I actually wish I had the video, but I don't.
It was beautiful, man.
It was fantastic.
If you showed the winning goal, NBC would sue you and pull this podcast down.
That's probably true. That's probably true. But I am going to show this picture that somebody put up, which is just, like
that's almost like the step over.
It really is. I don't have any animosity towards Canada. They're pretty friendly people. Obviously, when it comes to hockey, they don't play around. So to get them is amazing. But,
in the hockey world, there is big animosity between the U.S. and the Canada.
Right.
So,
which makes sense.
Canada in general is pretty harmless. And, obviously we fuck with them. But, in the hockey world, there's like legit beef there.
But this was just an awesome Olympic moment. And, thinking about these athletes how hard is it to get on this team, right? I was thinking about the woman who was on it 5 times, to keep your place, to be on this team, to make it to this point. Both of these teams want to win gold. You get to this game, you come from behind. It was just so cool, man. And I honestly, the funny thing is, watching all these games, I feel like at a certain point, it makes you feel so normal. Like there's all these athletes that are doing just this tremendous stuff, and you're just like, oh man, yeah, that must be awesome. Like, they're so amazingly talented. I'm honestly a little bit envious. I wish I could go to the Olympics and win a medal and feel awesome about my athletic.
What would you pick, Jesse?
Every year I'm like, I'm not really that interested in the Olympics, and then by like day 3, I'm like, I think this hungry co-ed fucking skating team deserves the bronze. I think they got robbed from the bronze. Like this whole thing's like, I get emotionally invested. Like I love it. It's awesome.
Related, the quad god, he kind of let us down.
Yeah.
The quad god. Maybe he can come back, but the quad god, the outfits. I'm watching my wife, the outfits, in the figure skating. It's Blades of Glory, right? Blades, is that what it was called? The Will Ferrell?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. I got to go back and watch that again. Anyway, so you guys know we got a random shout out on Twitter from our boy Keith, who I think his last name might be a normal caller, as far as I know. I don't know.
Keith, a normal caller.
Yeah, he's a normal caller, which is that's a great reference, by the way. Love that. And our boy, posts a picture. He's over in freaking Italy at the Olympics, repping City Pigeons. Guy's unbelievable. I don't know.
Fucking guy.
I'm starting to believe he must. Go ahead.
He posted that on like February 5th, and I didn't even see it. Like I don't know. It like kind of fell through the cracks until a couple days ago.
Good thing someone went on the City Pigeons Twitter and found it.
Oh, good man. I think that's your role here, man. You got to be on top of that. Are you kidding me?
Wait, Jess, are you bringing these pictures up and I'm just not seeing them?
No, not yet, buddy.
Because you had mentioned something about the hockey photo, and I didn't see that one either.
Well, yeah, you missed that. Yes, I did bring that up. So, no, but you know what?
Do me a favor. Go play chopsticks on that piano back there.
So Keith's over there, and I said, Keith, can you join us? Realizing he's like, it's going to be 2 a.m. So he couldn't, it wasn't going to work. And he was at the game today. And so the guy was nice enough to send in
let's see it.
a video. And we're going to play it now. It's a little long, but it's great stuff. It's from Italy. So this is the official City Pigeons Olympic correspondent, Keith, a normal caller from the women's hockey game. So here we go.
What is up, everyone? This is Keith, aka a normal caller, reporting from Milan for the City Pigeons podcast here at the Olympics. It's really loud out in the arena, so I'm going to start the video in here and I'll take you out there and show you that in a moment. But just want to say, here for the gold medal game between the U.S. women and Canada, it is scoreless after one period so far. The atmosphere here is great. It is loud, it is lively. I think it's probably maybe 60-40 Canadians, but it's been a great atmosphere here so far. Last night I was here for the men's quarterfinal game versus Sweden, which was a very exciting game. We won in overtime. So yeah, Milan's been great. The food here is incredible. I've been eating pizza and pasta every single day. And I've been exploring the city a little bit. It's really set up well. These Olympics are very spread out, in case you don't know. There's like 5 different venues. There's ice skating, figure skating, and a few other things in Milan. There's several other resorts up in the mountains with all the skiing and snowboarding and all that, bobsledding, all that. I was in Livigno for about 4 days, soaking up some of the snowboarding events. Saw Chloe Kim with a silver, and saw the snowboard across races. That's pretty wild. You got to check that out. And just hanging out in Livigno, which is a beautiful mountain town. So yeah, having a blast here. The best thing I think of this whole experience is just meeting a lot of people from different countries, all coming together, cheering for their squads. It's been real fun just seeing everybody together, excited about their country. The U.S. is doing pretty well. I think we're 3rd place in medals right now. I'm going to head out to the arena. Yeah, I think we're 3rd behind Italy, and Norway is killing it. They got a cross-country skier named Klæbo, I think, and this dude has like 5 gold medals. So we have 7 total gold medals, hopefully 8 after this game. But yeah, I don't think we're catching Norway. But anyway, I'm going to show you the arena. I'm going to sign off. And last thing I want to say is that this city, Milan, is full of pigeons. So yeah, we fit right in here. So it's getting loud. See y'all soon.
Wow. Hell yeah. That was amazing.
That was great.
Keith is the man. Thank you, Keith. You fucking rock.
That was
Great to hear him talk about the logistics of how far apart things are.
Yeah, I got to imagine like Milan's probably like, going to go see the skiing is probably like driving up to like Blue Mountain or something from Philly. You know what I mean?
I wonder.
The coolest shit is watching the skiing events when it's actually snowing there, and it's thick, billowy snow. It just looks cool as shit, man.
The athletes hate it though, man. They want that ice. They want it nice and hard and firm.
DK chiming in.
Yeah, DK in here. She's been all over it. She's been all over the Harper stuff. She's a true professional. We're just here speculating. She's right there. Guys, I did ask you to state what Olympic sport. I think we did this for the Summer Olympics, so let's do it for the Winter Olympics. If you had to choose a Winter Olympic sport that you think you could be decent at, or like one sport, if you had to do one, what's it going to be? Does anybody have something right off the bat they want to jump in, volunteer?
Bobsled.
Ski jumping.
No. I need you to explain why, right?
I'm going. I mean, obviously it's got to be snowboard related, but the snowboard cross. I feel like I could. No, but you haven't seen. You see me snowboard. Like I can go fast. I feel like I could do pretty well in that snowboard
You know what?
cross.
You are reckless. I have seen you be reckless. So
reckless. And if I want to point it, I can fucking point it. And the American that was one of the Americans out there, he was like 42 or something. This guy was an old head. I was watching this and I was inspired. I was like, you know what? If I could train, get my knee together, and really work hard at this, get one of those
Indeed.
hard, long boards, I think I could make it. If I train hard for the next 4 years.
Okay.
But snowboard crawl, that would be my thing.
Okay. Anyone else want to
go? I have a qualifier. I have two, but I think curling would obviously be the easiest one.
Yeah.
I mean,
not a lot of athleticism required.
But I can't really ice skate, so I wouldn't even want to be on the ice. I can't.
They don't skate.
They don't skate. Yeah, they got sneaks.
They got sneakers on?
Yes.
No way.
It was the whole thing.
Go
like
watch.
The last
in curling,
one dude where he was wearing like the good Nikes.
I went curling before.
Did you wear sneakers? Or you wear?
Yeah, you wear sneakers. They let you drink on the ice. It was a great time.
Okay, then I would be a professional curler.
I don't think they let you drink in the Olympics, but where we went, we did.
The other one, I would like. What is a bobsled like 3-man? Right, the 3-man. I think I could be like the person in the middle. They can't do much, right? Like they just have to sit there and be aerodynamic.
Right.
They just run it down for about 13 seconds and then jump in and just go like
Meach
this.
Meach stole my thunder, especially with the 4-man bobsled, because you got the driver in the front and the brake guy in the back, and the other two, like, what are you doing? Other than
I want to be one of those two.
That's it. All right, so you can be 2, I'll be 3. You can be behind me.
Well, that's brilliant. You guys both figured out which sport you'd have to do the least. That is good thinking. I have a very rational reason for choosing my sport, okay? So my sport would be the skiing long jump, okay? Now, I know that sounds crazy, but hear me out. Have you seen
that's ski jumping, what I said.
Ski jumping. When they go off the jump,
they do it and they do the
they
lean.
assume this position, okay? Now, that's a familiar position to me because it reminds me of something.
Eddie the Eagle.
Anyone who's ever had children knows when your kids are very young and you're in bed at night and you hear one of them, right, and you're super tired, your wife immediately goes, "Hey, Jess, are you up?" And that is the same position. I called it my rigor mortis position that I would assume when my wife was asking me if I was awake. As still as a person can be, to make sure there was no chance she thought I was awake. It's the same position. So I would just have to go off the jump and imagine my wife is asking me to get up in the middle of the night and I would just boom, and I would nail it.
But then you'd have to land it as well.
I'd figure that out. It's fine.
Did you see? I don't mean to break this up real quick. Did you see that one mogul, the skiing moguls race? Where the girl she like turned herself back and she finished the race backwards and won. It was incredible.
Insane.
Okay. That concludes the Olympic coverage, which I feel like was one of the spectacular segments that we've ever done. But
we're like the Snoop Dogg of City Pigeons.
I know. Gosh, the Snoop Dogg thing, it's a lot, man. But
greatest career arc ever. Who can go head to head with Snoop on career arc?
He's special. Okay, real quick, here's what we're gonna do. We're going to pivot to high school basketball because we got a couple things going on that we need to touch on. Okay, let's just do it real quick. I want to give you an update, or I want you to give us an update on what's been going on in the Catholic League playoffs. All right, Fink, let us know.
Father Judge won. They're on to the finals.
Right, and this would be the second year, right?
Are they playing themselves?
Father Judge was the 6th seed, and Wood was the 1 seed. Wood was.
I was supposed to do all of this. My bad.
Yeah. You let the people know. I mean,
when I solo you, that means like talk for more than 2 minutes.
Preach.
And
Judge, the 6th seed, like Beach said, beat Roman for I think the 5th time in a row. We are going back-to-back TCL championship final games. We beat Wood, who's also the 1 seed.
Make the Palestra since 2010.
Damn, that sounds like Roman's washed. Get them out of here. Losers. Sorry, I see a lot of Roman people talking shit on Judge after Judge beat them. They knocked off Wood. They were down 19-3 going early in the second, tied it up by halftime, and just pulled away. And it's starting to feel like it's going to be back-to-back PCL titles for the Father Judge Crusaders. And
beautiful.
They're playing Sunday. I think I think they moved the game to 2:30 against
Phine.
Newman Goretti.
Or you're going to go to the game, I assume, right?
So we have a
Hoagies?
we have a 300-person party at 1:30 on Sunday. The game's at 2:30. I got to see if I can.
I got two sons that are going.
The real quick question. Back in the day, I don't remember Father Judge being very good at basketball. Has the dynamics of that school changed a bit since then? Or is there some brothers on the team right now?
What do you say?
I'm just curious.
Actually, you know who their star player? Rock, you might remember this name. Do you remember the name DJ Rivera?
Nah.
DJ Rivera played at Newman Goretti with Scoop Jackson or Scoop Jardine, Rick Jackson, DJ Rivera, and there was a fourth guy. I can't remember. Maybe there was a few years where Newman Goretti was. I mean, they've always been great, but they all played together. And Rivera, his father was really good, but his son now, I mean, he put up 27 in the semis the other night. The kid's good.
And he also committed to Temple too.
Yes.
Ooh, staying local.
Right.
The Father Judge at Temple pipeline so good for my brain. Oh my god,
guys, that's enough Father Judge for one episode. Let's swing over to Meech to talk about other happenings in area high school basketball. Meech,
I have a vested interest in the District 5A PIAA championship or playoffs because my son is a guard for Holy Ghost. He starts for Ghost. And last night they played in the semis versus Harrington. They were the 8th seed, but they gave him a hell of a fight. They got this kid Belcher on their team, man. Every time they needed a bucket, he would get it. 3-pointers, step backs, juking the defenders and getting to the rim. He was awesome. But who was more awesome was a little player named Max Malici, who a few threes in the fourth quarter to
roll the clip.
Give my guys the lead.
Who's that?
Good rebound, Condon. Condon to Malici. Now over to McDonald, and they'll bring it up.
Look how he sets it up.
Now.
Look at him.
McDonald with
Look at him. Look at him.
Pass over to Malici for a free. Bang! And he'll hit a free. 51-49 now. 2-point game in favor of Holy Ghost.
And they never looked back after that, Meech. That put them
they never,
up.
They never
Meech,
tied it again or took the lead. And then they were up 2 with about a minute and 13 left, something like that. And Max hit 2 free throws to put it away. Was there cool
3 minutes left when he hit that 3?
Yeah.
Because those guys reacted like it was the winning shot. I mean, you got to give credit to the announcers.
Well, why are you hating, Jess? Why are you hating? Let them boys live.
No. I'm not hating.
Well, here, I don't mean to say it, but it was like a minute and a half, 2 minutes before that where nobody scored. It was looking like it was about to slip away for us, but they couldn't score. Then we came up with a big play on defense, and it led to that. And it
sealed the game. I don't want to say it sealed the game with 4 minutes, but it was like they never looked back, and they just
beautiful
crushing at the line.
So now they play Friday night at Holy Ghost versus Upper Dublin, who's a really good team.
The rematch of last year.
The people are saying that whoever wins this game is going to take the championship. But
you can't look at it like that. You got to take it one game at a time.
So Friday night.
Tell Max, you better be one game at a time. Do you know what I mean? Come on.
Meech, you left out the part that the announcers unanimously named Max player of the game. I thought that was pretty cool right there.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, he definitely was the player of the game. He hit the big shots for us.
How many points did he get? How many points did he drop?
I think he finished with 13.
Okay, get buckets.
I got to say this. My kid has been playing basketball for years. He's in the 7th grade. If he at some point plays in a high school game and is knocking down threes and is the player of the game, I'm definitely going to be like over there with like Kleenexes, making sure I got
absolutely. Yep.
There's no doubt. So that's awesome for you. Congrats to Father Judge. Sorry you're going to be slinging hoagies instead of watching the game. Is what it is. All right, we got to move on. Like I said, we got a lot of stuff to cover. Wanted to hit this real quick. We're going to turn to current events in Philadelphia and cool things that have happened, which I think is a great name for this moving forward. So current events, Philadelphia, cool things that have happened. You guys probably saw this. We've been talking about this. This went around the text chain. Our buddy Dan McQuaid at the very last minute gets put into the Simpsons episode don't know if you guys saw this. Well, I know you saw this, but
cool. So
how very cool was it?
Legendary status, dude. I mean, come on, man.
I mean, very cool that they did this, but when I read the article about like how they did it, it was even cooler, doing it at the last minute and kind of really making it happen, despite the fact that it didn't seem like something they would normally do. So, that was just an awesome thing. And like I said, even before this, I think Dan would have been so honored by the way he's been remembered in the city. And this is just another great example of the mark that he made on everybody else's lives. So a very cool thing that happened in Philadelphia. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's such a unique thing, man. Like I don't think there's really a niche writer for a city who could get this kind of tribute. It's unbelievable, man. It's the outpouring of people who came out and supported Dan, who loved Dan, and then for something like this to happen, it's nuts, dude. It's so cool. I'm so glad his legacy's living on, and he's being remembered in such a positive light because he deserves it, man. He was that good.
Absolutely. Great stuff. So in less meaningful things, but still relevant and noteworthy, we had a significant development in the world of the cheesesteak, which we have obviously followed closely for years and years. And we're going to go to our food expert himself, Tommy Donuts here, who's got the Federal Donuts background appropriately, to explain to us something that has been going on in the cheesesteak world. Tommy, why don't you take it away?
Yeah. So Pat's King of Steaks, one of the two founding fathers over there on 9th Street. Ironically enough, 3 weeks after the father passed away, the son made the decision to go from offering just plain rolls, which turns out are the preference of our Northeasty boys. And I think that might also have a thing to do with native Philadelphians. I am not a native Philadelphian. I've lived here for 26 years, over half my life, but I didn't grow up here. I prefer the seeded roll. I know a lot of guys prefer seeded roll for hoagies and maybe a regular roll for cheesesteaks, but Pat's son said, you know what, we're getting rid of that. And they also made a switch with the cheese. They're now mixing it in with the beef, in with the meat. And Jesse, do you have those pictures by chance?
Yeah.
So this is the old school. And this to me perfectly illustrates old versus new, good versus bad.
That looks gross, but that looks really good all at the same time.
It does, but when you order that cheesesteak, if you don't eat it within 30 seconds, all that cheese just liquefies, and it is just a sweaty mess of gunk. However, if you go to the other picture, to the new school, I mean, come on now. That cheese is, what's the perfect word we like? This is like DEI cheese. It's integrated in with the meat.
Hell yeah.
It's perfect. Every bite, as Jesse said in the chat, every bite is perfect. And that to me, the pictures, those two pictures, that's why I said them both. That sums it up. I don't need to say anything. If you just look at the two, one looks appealing and the other one looks like art.
I think the Wiz one looks better.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's a native Philadelphian thing. Fink would.
I want that. I want that Wiz steak.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it brings to light a very important thing that we've discussed before, and this is one of my biggest issues, right? I'm living here. I'm just a stone's throw from D'Alessandro's, and places like D'Alessandro's or Jim's,
Trash.
What do? They cook the steak up, they put the steak in, and then at the last minute, they either, put the cheese whiz on top or they put the American on top. To me, that's problematic, right? And at D'Alessandro's, they chop the meat up. It just falls everywhere. Right. So at Angelo's, though, every piece of meat's got cheese like integrated into the fibers of the meat. So I think it's just a question of putting all that together. And the seeded roll, to be honest with you guys, I like it. It's good, but I don't if I have an unseeded roll, I'm not like, this is terrible. I don't have a strong preference there. To me, it's more about I want everything like bound together for, you know what I mean? Like stuck in there. I want every bite. It's like, have you ever seen somebody did this online a while ago where, when you go to Chipotle or something and they put the ingredients in and they roll it up in the burrito and you bite in and you only get like the rice, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
You should just put it in a bowl, mix it all up, then roll the damn thing up. And that's kind of the same thing here. I want every bite to have juicy cheese and meat. I sound so fat talking about this, but you get the point, right?
No, it's great, man.
You sound like all of us. Come on.
I'm about to have the Steve's Prince of Steaks in a minute.
Tom, have you had the new upgraded patch?
I haven't had the new one, but I think that's more just the natural knock on Pats and Geno's for me than anything else. Because they didn't change how they cook the meat, and they said they wouldn't, but they also said, and I think it's also points to like how institutions can be stubborn in their ways and not listen to their customers. When I don't know if you read the article or not, but even the Peppers bar that they have down there, their father was adamantly against it. No. He and his mother just did it without telling the father. A few months goes by, the father looks at an invoice and he's like, whoa, since what do we got mushrooms? What do we got these peppers for? And he's like, Dad, we've had out there for months. He's like, oh, it's selling? He's like, yeah, like that was it. So I mean, part of me appreciates that stubbornness and unwillingness to change a tried and true product, but you gotta remain adaptable and you gotta be able to listen. You always gotta be thinking, how can we put out a better product? I guess that's more the donut guy in me talking, but you can never. You gotta always be hunting.
I might have to start taking notes and just doing shit and just fuck them. I mean,
Thanks, living that.
Can't have these old guys out here making.
Here's the question:
dude. That's what
if Fink the God were to move on, and Fink takes over, is he gonna all of a sudden introduce a lot of new stuff that he's been sitting on? That's an interesting question.
I would never do anything like that.
It took him 3 weeks. It's been 3 weeks since the father passed, and he's already got Michael Klein down there talking about, got the photo shoot and everything. It's crazy.
All right, so
this was
I would at least wait a month.
Yeah, go ahead, Mead.
About 6 months ago, he got in a social media fight with Skinny Joey's because he was making fun of how they make cheesesteaks. And now he's just doing the same thing.
Doing it.
I would not get in the fight with Skinny Joey's, by the way.
Yeah, it was a bad move. Skinny Joey produced t-shirts.
Now, in the past, people have gone down and gotten Pats and Geno's and compared them. I think that's now more relevant than ever. So we might need to do that. That might need to be a field trip for us. Maybe we just go Pats, Geno's, Skinny Joey's, eat a little bit of everything. Who knows? We probably won't find the time to do that, but maybe we will. I think it's a good idea.
The appealing part about Pats and Geno's, I mean, come on. They're open 24 hours.
And it's the corner. It's the lights. It's all of that.
At 2:30 a.m., you can go there and get great cheese fries and a cheesesteak that'll sop up half of the alcohol that you drank. Yeah. That's the appeal of it. I mean,
absolutely.
It's not a fine dining. They're not getting Michelin stars down there.
I think they're both fine cheesesteaks. Like everyone's like, they're good. They're cheesesteaks. I like a lot of cheesesteaks. I think they're fine. Exactly, they're fine. They're cheesesteaks.
You're not wrong. You just don't have good taste. That's all.
Okay, gentlemen. Last thing here. Let's just do like a rapid fire on this. We don't have time to get into it too deep, but you guys have probably heard.
Damn, me spookful down the guns. Sorry.
You probably heard a lot of people talking about the Eagles free agents, the guys that we have to decide if we're going to bring back or not. And I just wanted to go around the horn here and just see what you guys think about this, right? We've got Nakobe Dean, Reed Blankenship, Jalen Phillips. Who's the other one that I'm missing? Am I missing somebody?
I think we'd all pick the same one out of that. Out of those three, I think we'd all pick the same kid.
Oh, well, who is it, Tom?
Blankenship.
Really?
Reed. Absolutely. Out of those three, absolutely, Blankenship's got to go.
Oh, gotta
go. Oh, I thought you meant bring him back. I was like,
oh no, great.
Yeah. Here you go. We were all sitting here like,
no.
Okay.
Gotta go on those three.
Stay or go on the three of them is the question. So you're saying Blankenship go. Truth be told, we don't really have another good safety. Maybe Makuba's good. I don't really know.
Dallas Goddard too. You got Goddard.
That's right, Goddard. Yeah. Okay.
I love Dean, but if we keep him, what are we doing with Campbell? Like what's he just going to sit on the bench again till
Nakobe to me is the biggest. He's the toughest one because honestly, the way he played in those last 5-6 games, I mean, routinely every game blowing somebody up and getting to the quarterback was unbelievable. And part of me is watching that and knowing also he's a very vocal guy and a great leader. I'm thinking maybe you need to keep him, even though you do have Campbell there. And I'm guessing they drafted Campbell thinking Nakobe hasn't been able to be healthy. We don't even know if he's going to play this year, and they're kind of in a bind now. I think we have to say with all these guys, you got to keep in mind, it really depends what the market bears for them, right? If somebody steps up and offers Nakobe Dean like the top linebacker contract in the league, the Eagles will obviously say, look, man, take it. But if the market is wary of him because of the injury history, maybe they figure out how to make it work. And the same thing goes for Jalen Phillips, right? Like, obviously, we'd love to have Jalen Phillips back. And
I think he's going, to be honest with you.
Well, look, that's a spot where we need depth. You know what I mean? Like, we have really good interior line right now. We could use him back. But if somebody is going to take a gamble on him and pay him like a top tier, edge rusher, it's going to be hard for the Eagles to match. So I think that's what they'll do, at least with these two guys.
We'll get a 3rd or 4th round pick for him, right?
And by the way, you mentioned Blankenship.
Get a comp pick, yeah.
I don't see Blankenship as the kind of guy who anybody's going to target to give him like a ton of money. So, I think with every one of these guys, and Goddard's the same thing. Goddard went out and tested the market last year. Nobody was giving him anything, so we brought him back. Now, he did catch a lot of touchdowns last year. Somebody will probably give him some money. I'm kind of hoping they bring in Kyle Pitts by the, maybe, who knows, even though they say he can't block. But yeah, I think it all depends. If somebody's going to
Kyle Pitts.
There you go. If somebody's going to give these guys a lot of money, I think the Eagles will say, and just figure it out. But, the defense was so huge last year, and given all the changes on offense, it would be great to be able to bring these guys back. So for me, I would bring Nakobe back. Just I think Nakobe can be a leader for our team. Again, if we don't have to pay him crazy money, that would be my priority. I think safeties are kind of easier to come by. But I hope to get Blankenship back too if nobody offers him a lot of money. So, and Goddard, listen, he's been solid for us. He's obviously had a lot of years where he's had injuries. So, I think you probably just have to kind of say, hey man, been great. We'll see. Draft, go ahead and draft. I know we're going to draft linemen. I feel like this year we're definitely going to draft linemen, but maybe you get one of these freak tight ends, in the 2nd round or something.
Oh, and how about Johnson and Dickerson are coming back?
Great to hear that.
Yeah,
great to hear that. And the Eagles also have
that throwaway Jeff McClain line in his podcast that got everybody all worried about Landon Dickerson retiring for absolutely no reason.
Get him, Landon.
Yeah, I don't see how Landon could give up.
I think the rookie class coming out is safety heavy too.
Well, and
I think they're projecting Reed to get somewhere like 10 to 12 mil a year or something like that. And that's
What?
a little.
Reed Blankenship?
That's what I've seen someone saying that he should get 10 mils per year. Eagles sign him for 2 for 20 as a projection. I want to give him that, but that's what I've seen. I'll find it, Rock. I'll freaking find it. I'll send it to you.
Listen, Makuba played a lot before he got hurt. So Vic obviously trusted him a certain amount. Hopefully he comes back, he's healthy, and then, you're just kind of figuring out the other side there. But we'll see. We got plenty of time to worry about the birds, right? We're not too worried about that. NFL Combine coming up next week. Watch out for Trey Smack. He's going to be kicking folks, all right? So we're going to draft him
Good luck
late
to Trey.
in the draft. And
We'll
yeah,
have our own,
Eagles need a kicker. Wow! Bring Smack the Phillies.
Is there a
Smack that
better
ass.
name for a field goal kicker than Trey? I mean, it's
That's
perfect.
so
It's poetic almost.
there's a lot there. There's a lot to work with. So very exciting.
we'll have boots on the ground out there at the combine.
That's
too,
right.
won't we?
Mr. Goodhart
Is
should be there.
Smack being represented by the IM group?
No, he's not.
Okay.
There's like kicker specific agents, you know what I mean? That like know the
Yeah.
kicking landscape. So
Got it.
It's Morton Anderson is the kicker.
that's right. And he attends every meeting with the face mask with the one bar.
With the single
Solo.
bar face mask.
Yo, put that request in the tray. If he gets drafted for whatever team, bring back the 1-bar kicker face
Yeah.
mask.
That's a great
Good marketing
Yeah.
right there, dude.
I know
Definitely
this is the point in the show where we go off the rails, but dude, I saw a clip of Steve Largent, the old Seahawks, and he was
Yeah.
wearing the 1-bar thing, and he got
Didn't he have the 2-bar thing, though?
laid out by this dude, right? And then the dude got like an interception or something. I don't know if it was in the same game or later in the year or another year, and he laid this dude out like it was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
I've heard that. Yeah,
but
yeah.
the
I've
thing
heard
I
him tell that
noticed was
story.
Steve Largent was a wide receiver wearing a 1-bar
Yeah, but you remember
Face
Meech.
mask.
Meech. There was the little 2 bar that had the little 2
Yeah.
in between. I think it
Right.
might have been
It
that.
was like underneath the chin. It wasn't even covering the face.
Right.
It was like,
Crazy. Yeah, but these
You can
guys
still
used to play.
punch a guy in the face, like through his face mask.
That's not good. It's not what you want to do.
No.
Anyway, people have gotten bigger, stronger. The game's gotten faster. You can't be rocking the 1 bar. Anyway, gentlemen, good stuff. Let's just keep it moving.
I wish this was in person, guys, but it was nice to hang with you for a.
So we
yeah,
good
nice
kiss?
to see you guys.
All right. Well, hey, go USA. That's what we got going for us right now.
Who's
Right?
up?
Nah, we got
Who's
Go
up?
Ghost, man.
Go.
go, John!
Go,
USA!
Go, John.
USA!
And USA Gold.
Yes, sir.
Waiting for me to end it.
A lot of
can't-
doors.
hit the outro.
I'm trying. Oh, there it is.
G-A-G-O-E.